Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Taylor Knust with 31 Triple Doppler.
Just a huge dynamic system impacting much of the country today. It's all thanks to this big area of low pressure centered over Oklahoma. On the north side, we have blizzard conditions from Oklahoma through Kansas into Nebraska, Missouri, and Iowa. On the southern side, a severe weather situation. In fact, we have 2 active tornado warnings near Houston and near New Orleans at this hour. Plenty of rain associated with this as well, and numerous watches, warnings, and advisories, all the colors you can think of on the map today. It is a very active pattern that is going to continue much of this week. El Nino definitely doing its thing today, and for most of the next couple of weeks, it looks like it will remain very active. For us locally in North Alabama, we have one advisory in place, and that is a wind advisory that has begun now and lasts until midnight tomorrow night. So we have a good 30 to 33-hour stretch here with some very gusty winds expected across North Alabama. Those gusts could climb as high as 55 miles per hour, especially in the higher elevations, and most likely to see that overnight tonight. Here's the hour-by-hour look at our forecast wind gusts. For those of us in the lower elevations, the gusts will be as high as 50 miles per hour. That is strong enough to cause at least some isolated power outages. In fact, we've already seen that this afternoon, and could topple some weak trees or some branches overnight tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, we might see a brief lull in parts of North Alabama, still gusty on the high terrain, but it's going to pick right back up late in the morning through the afternoon, with gusts tomorrow afternoon upwards of 45 miles per hour possible across North Alabama. It will not be until late on Tuesday night where that wind finally subsides. It's going to be a very blustery next couple of days for us. Right now on 31 Triple Doppler, most of us dry for the time being, but that is going to change very soon as we have widespread rain and quite a few thunderstorms in Mississippi, southern to central parts of Alabama. That is all streaming northeastward, and it's going to be just a matter of a couple hours from now that we'll see that rain really start to move in. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast for Huntsville. Temperatures staying put in the upper 40s, so it's just going to be rain and a whole lot of it coming our way. Right around 7 or 8 o'clock is when the rain should begin for us in the Rocket City, but it's going to start sooner than that for folks around the shoals. Around the top of the next hours when it could start for some of you. As we move through the night, this rain is going to be widespread. There will likely be some thunderstorms in the mix, but there is no threat for severe weather for us in North Alabama. A much higher risk in the southern half of the state, but we don't have to worry about severe storms here locally. Just heavy downpours, and if we get heavy enough rain in a short period of time, it is possible that we have some isolated flash flood concerns, but that's likely not going to be a widespread issue for us tonight or tomorrow morning. It's going to be wet during the morning drive tomorrow, but we will see drier conditions by lunchtime, and much of tomorrow afternoon does look like we'll get at least a break from the precipitation. But just tonight through tomorrow morning, we are looking at widespread rain totals between 1 and 3 inches. If those locations that pick up 3 inches or more actually materialize, that would be the area to watch for possible isolated flash flooding tonight through tomorrow morning. Here's the forecast tomorrow. We're going to see temperatures dipping throughout the day down to the 40s by the afternoon and into the 30s by tomorrow evening. So after that brief lull from the rain, here it comes again tomorrow evening, and it may get cold enough for that to transition to a light wintry mix of rain and snow tomorrow evening. For most of us, this is not going to stick to the ground or cause any travel issues because our ground and air temperatures will stay just above freezing. The high terrain of North Alabama could be an exception where we see a dusting on the grass or elevated surfaces late tomorrow evening through tomorrow night. So bottom line, that should not cause any travel issues, but that is not the end of the active weather. Very active 10-day forecast with more storms Friday. Possibility of a wintry mix on MLK Day next Monday, and our coldest air of the season coming by the middle of next week with lows down to the teens.
Look at that, 16, 17 degrees.
Yes, it
we
is.
thought the 20s were rough last week.
Here it comes.
Get a couple of days in between to catch our breath.
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday look like our quietest days of the week.